I am a big Seahawks fan, and every single one of the Seahawks fans loves their defense, especially Richard Sherman. And as a Seahawks fans, I want the Seahawks to improve. I want the very best for the Seahawks. A similar comparison is my best friends. When I'm doing something wrong, I want my friends to point that out. I made a video once about a TV show called 13 Reasons Why. And when I shared my original opinion, they pointed out that I had a lot of things wrong. And when they told me I was wrong, that ultimately helped me create and strengthen my argument. If I'm doing something wrong, I want my friends to point that out. I want friends that aren't afraid to call me out and say, hey, you got to change this. Another example is when my brother died. One of my best friends, Shelby, pointed out that I was just wallowing. She said I needed to move forward and continue my life. And that was really hard to hear, but it was necessary. I needed to hear that. My friends sometimes share harsh realities with me, but they're honest because they love me. My friends want what's best for me, so they say things that are hard to hear sometimes. The Seahawks need to trade Richard Sherman. And the Seahawks also need to sign Colin Kaepernick. I'm critical of the Seahawks because I love them. I want what's best for the Seahawks. Just ask yourself, if Bill Belichick ran the Seattle Seahawks, what would he do? Bill Belichick would trade the star defensive players who are older and aging, and he would get whatever he could for them. And he would use those guys to acquire an offensive line. Tom Brady has never had a bad offensive line. There's a reason for that. Defense is important. I'm not suggesting we strip the whole defense and get rid of everybody. But look, it's coming close to time. Yesterday, the Seahawks defense gave up 33 points. You have to get value while you still can. Russell Wilson isn't getting any younger. In a couple of years, he's not going to be able to scramble and run all over the place. Russell Wilson can win from the pocket. We saw that in the Tennessee Titans game last week. If Russell Wilson didn't have to run around for his life every play, Russell Wilson would probably have the best year of his career. We've seen that Russell Wilson can make every throw. Russell Wilson is a dominant quarterback. I think he's a top 5 quarterback in the NFL. And we forget that even though he acts older and more mature, this is really Russell Wilson's first season as a veteran. However, Russell Wilson takes way too many hits. In fact, Russell Wilson got hurt just last year. And if Russell Wilson doesn't play for the Seahawks, their season is over. My prime example of that is the 49ers game last week. Without Russell Wilson's heroic touchdown at the end of the game, the Seahawks would have lost to the lowly 49ers. Yeah, the Seahawks need to sign Colin Kaepernick. Because if Russell Wilson gets hurt, the Seahawks have no alternative. And Kaepernick would work in Seattle. It's a more liberal city that wouldn't be intimidated or bothered by Cap. The Seahawks really do need a contingency plan in case Russell Wilson gets hurt. And if another quarterback gets hurt and Kaepernick signs somewhere else, the Seahawks would be completely out of luck. They'll have nothing, no backup plan. They'll have nothing they can even do. It is time for the Seahawks to get a backup plan. They need to trade or they need to sign Colin Kaepernick. The Seahawks need Colin Kaepernick as a backup plan for when Russell Wilson gets hurt.